In today's video, we will be going over whether or not this Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man is worth it. Okay, guys, look what finally came in the mail. I'm so excited to open up this freaking figure, bro. He looks so good. I've already opened up the packaging, so let's just take him out of the box. Oh, look at that. Maximum Series Spider-Man. We're going to take a quick look at the packaging and then crack this guy open. Oh, okay, so starting off, here is the front of the box. You can see it has Maximum Series down at the bottom. Spider-Man, Hasbro logo. I love the inverted colors. And in the light, it even looks blue. That's kind of cool. I think it's just because the light is blue. Doesn't matter. But yeah, Spider-Man figure. There's the side of the box. Him hanging over with his spider sense. Marvel Legends Maximum Series. Same thing on the back, but with a different Spider-Man pose. Really like it. Then on the side, really like this one. Top, Maximum Series Spider-Man. Bottom. Now, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and crack this guy open. I'm going to give you guys my first impressions of the Spider-Man Series Maximum figure. This is going to be a bit of a longer review, but I'm going to open this guy up for you guys on camera, if I can get the bloody thing open. Okay, here we go. Taking him out of the package. Oh, there's 2 trays of goodies. Look at that. This is going to be so freaking cool. Let's crack this guy out. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a good Spider-Man. Got the long new web accessories, which are not posable, but it's alright, I guess. And the other web splatters and the web shields. I love these hands with the little webs effects on them. Those are so cool. Okay, now with everything out of the package, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the figure. Now, just a warning, if you do have this figure, I would recommend heating up the joints before you pose him, because these knees, especially the bottom knees, they were really tight on mine. So I did manage to bend them, so they do bend now, but they were really tight. So I would recommend heating the figure up first before you go ahead and do that. But first off, look at that McFarlane head sculpt. I love the McFarlane Spider-Man suit. It's pretty much just a classic Spider-Man suit, but the eyes, I love these. I think they did an okay job. If I'm being honest, I prefer the Mafex version, which we're going to go ahead and compare in a little bit. But, yeah, he looks really great. I love how tight the web lines are, though. That is so cool that they managed to get all that detail in. And taking a look at mine, I don't have any QC issues. Well, I guess that's not painted fully, actually. So, but you can't see that half the time, so it's all right. But, I do have a little blue smudge there. Damn, that sucks. Damn it, that really sucks. But, yeah, nothing else too crazy. So, yeah, that is pretty cool. That there's nothing too crazy going on with, in terms of QC, but I do have that little blemish blue spot on my paint apps. But the spider looks really cool. Really like the spider. It's got like the thinner limbs and then like the narrow limbs, and it gets bigger and bigger as it goes on. He does have the new wrist cuffs that, this is my first time trying this. You do just pull off. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Fairly simple. That's actually really cool to have like a glove accessory, and you can use like the open hand and have like him putting on his glove. That's really cool. I actually really like that. But did I put it on correctly? They're kind of loose. They're not loose, but they don't stay in the best. Like, once you take them out, that's pretty much it. Trying to line up the muscles here. But, yeah. So, pretty cool. Paint deco looks really nice. He does have, so this is a completely 100% new sculpt, comparing it to the Amazing Fantasy body mold or the Renew Your Vows body mold, which is my favorite. So yeah, at first, when I first saw this figure, I didn't like the wrinkles up here, but it doesn't really bother me anymore. now having it in hand. It is a completely 100% pinless. He does have the blue, the very narrow boots, the webs, very narrow webs, all throughout the figure. Really nice. I really love the torso with the abs, muscular detail. Looks really nice. And I know some people had this happen to them. That the torso, or not the torso, the head was very, trying to get it to focus. There we go. So mine does not have that weird line on it, where it's like the line is messed up and the paintwork is messed up. So that's really cool. So yeah, overall, the figure, I love it. It looks amazing. I love the thinner proportions as well. So I think it's, honestly, this might be my favorite Spider-Man, but is it worth the $50? We don't know yet. We'll have to see, especially looking into accessories. But overall, really nice. Pinless, so you don't get those red dots on the inside. But yeah, really cool. So now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the accessories, which I'm really excited for. Okay, taking a look first of all at the alternate head sculpt. Here we go. This one, nothing too different. You can see that it's just basically like a winking head sculpt, which it's all right with me. Honestly, I wish they would have gave him like more narrower, smaller eyes, like on the Secret Wars symbiote Spider-Man, because it just feels kind of like a waste to me. But yeah, so he does come with that head sculpt. In terms of hands, or actually no, one more head sculpt. He comes with the Peter Parker head sculpt, which is getting a lot of controversy, and myself included. I don't like it. I do not like it. I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe the forehead is too big. Like, I don't know what it is. The actual like face paint looks nice. Slick back hair is alright. It's accurate to the comic books. I don't know what it is. Maybe the head is just too skinny. Maybe it should be like a bit wider. I don't know. I don't like it. It's alright. Nothing too special. Now going over hands on the figure, he does come with 2 fisted hands. He also comes with 2 gripping hands to hold the web accessories. He comes with 2 thwip hands that don't have the they are asymmetrical as well. So 2 thwip hands that don't come with the web effects on them, and to swap them out, you just pop off the wrist, not the what's it called? Pop off the hand, not the wrist part. So yeah, that's really cool. Pop them on like that. He also comes with 2 wall crawling hands. Very, very nice. These look very good. Again, lots of webs and narrow webs and stuff. And then my favorite hand accessories, he comes with these 2 web hands where there's actual web coming out of them. I'm in love with these hands. I love these. These are so cool in my opinion. I'm popping these on for the first time. Again, this is my first this is my initial thoughts about the figure. I just opened it and I'm just doing a review on it, but that looks so good. Getting him into a nice crouching pose with this. That is so cool. Definitely like that web accessory. If I can pivot the ankle. So yeah, that is really cool. So they both come with different size webs as well. That one's more of a bigger one, and then this one's smaller. And for the last hands, he does come with these 2. He comes with a open hand with they're both like ungloved hands. So to do this, to put these on the actual figure, you're gonna have to pop off the wrist like I showed earlier and pop these on. And he has his exposed, why won't that pop on? His exposed, jeez, okay, that takes a lot of force, but yeah, they're not really staying on the best. I don't really know how I feel about this wrist feature yet. They do pop on very nicely, or they pop off nicely, but they don't really pop on very nicely. Yeah, they kind of bend at the groove there. I don't know if you guys see that. So yeah, not the best. But they do look really cool. So you get a open one with the web shooter and then him actually shooting out the web. So I really like these. I think these are cool in concept. The execution though, not the best, because the wrist things, they don't stay on the best because they kind of just want to come off. So that they're cool, but not the best thing in the world. So yeah, there's that. And then or actually not yet, he does come with, for the first time ever in the Marvel Legends line, a web, or not a web, oh my god, a spider sense effect. So if you take the figure, pretty sure you can just slip that on like that. Oh, that looks so tough. Look at that. Oh, sorry about that, but damn, I really like this. The web sense effect, or the spider sense. I just really hope it doesn't scratch the plastic of the figure. But other than that, I really like that effect piece. I'm scared to try it on my other Spider-Man figures because I think the head sculpt will be too big. But now getting into the web accessories, first of all, he comes with these 2 new webs, which are pretty cool. You can see the ends of them right here. Now, these are different from the other webs because they don't have the little hook at them, and they don't have the little holding thing. So, they are not bendy wire. When I first saw the figure, I thought they were going to be bendy wire. They aren't, but I'm pretty sure you could just slip on the hand here. Yeah, you could just slip it on, and he can be grabbing a web. Just like so. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You get 2 of these. I'm sure that we're going to see those later in single release figures. He does get a web shield, which this clip looks really small, so I'm not going to put this on the figure. Or maybe I will because I'm stupid like that. Maybe it... Okay, never mind then. It does fit quite nice. I'm going to pop off. Actually, no, I really like these hands. I don't know why, but I really, really like that. But it does, the web shield does pop on nicely. And it doesn't have one of those, like a Captain America shield. It doesn't have the peg because there's nowhere to peg it on the figure. I'm so glad they didn't give him a peg hole. So glad, because that would have looked so bad. And for the last 2 web effects, he comes with this little web splat and then this like web net that's going out. And they do have, I'm pretty sure, somewhere in there, they have a peg hole. There. Okay, there it is. And he does come with this stand that you do kind of have to assemble yourself. That's the bottom. This is the top. Which part? Whoa. Focus. I don't know why it's giving me such a hard time today. And just like that, you can fit the web accessory on the stand. So you can have him kind of shooting out the web just like this. So that's pretty cool. That's a neat effect. He also does include this one, which does have a hole in it as well. So you could peg this one in as well if it would fucking focus. There we go. Yeah, so that's all the accessories that he comes with. Does it warrant the $50 price tag? I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and get into the articulation. Hopefully the articulation is maximum. I don't care. I will say one thing that I've noticed about this figure is that some of the joints are very gummy, especially like when you try to bend the knees. You can see the kneecap is just trying to come off, so I don't like that. Same with the wrist pieces, the new ones. But anyways, at the head sculpt, he does have a double ball jointed head with a disc hinge at the top. So he has a ball joint at the neck, and that gets him perfectly, like perfect up. So that's amazing. He gets pretty much perfect down. Lots of tilt, great tilt. Well, not great, but fairly decent. All the way around, obviously. He does have shoulder joints that go up that high. all the way around. He does have butterfly joints, which go in, oh, so good. So good. That looks amazing. They go in very far back as well. They also do, he does have bicep swivel, double jointed pinless arms, and then wrist hinge, depending on which hand it is. Like these hands, they don't have wrist hinges, which is alright because of the web shooters, obviously. Now for the torso, all together using the lower ab crunch and the upper diaphragm joint, almost dropped my new figure, he can look this far down, but if you include the legs, look at that. That is insane articulation. This Spider-Man definitely has the best articulation of any Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Don't know about imports, but, so yeah, that far down, that far back. He does get some very nice tilt, and then obviously twist with the ab rotation. And then going on to the legs, he does have drop down legs, so that looks really good. Utilizing the drop down, oh my god, you get even more. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. So yeah, you get a lot of articulation with this Spider-Man. That's really good. He does have thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which, see what I'm talking about? You try to bend them and then they just, the joints are very gummy, like these. Okay, there we go. So he does get a perfect bend. That looks really nice. He can kick his own ass all day long. Boot cut, which has been pissing me off, and ankles go that far down and that far up, and he does have ankle pivot and focus, please, God, please, toe joints. So that's really cool. So fairly decent articulation. Actually, no, not fairly decent. Really fucking good articulation. Now we're gonna get into some size comparisons. First off, with some villains, we have two mob bosses here, Tombstone and Hammerhead. Here he is next to the Shocker and Hydra Man. Here we have him next to my favorite Marvel Legends Venom and Agent Venom. Looks really good with these two. Here he is next to the Willem Dafoe Green Goblin and Alfred Molina Doc Ock. Here he is next to Jamie Foxx's Electro and movie Carnage. Here he is next to the comic book Doc Ock and the movie Sandman. Here he is next to the Model 20 Iron Man and the Secret Wars Captain America. And then for a Spider-Man comparison, here we have them next to two of my favorite Spider-Mans in my collection, the Renew Your Vows and the Mayfex. Let me know down in the comments which of these is your favorite. And I won't be pulling out the Amazing Fantasy because I just put him on a new shelf. And go watch the Spider-Verse shelf video if you haven't already. So I won't be comparing him, but other reviewers have done that already. But these are some of my favorite Spider-Mans in my collection. And honestly, he's a really good figure, but I don't know if he beats this one, if I'm being honest. But, yeah. And then you knew I had to put these guys next to him, even though I just did a shelf with them. Here we have two of my favorite Marvel Legends in my collection, the Marvel Legends Punisher and the VHS Daredevil. I had to do it because Daredevil Born Again season finale, as of recording this video, comes out tonight. I'm so excited for that damn thing. This is going to be awesome to see these two team up again. And Sony, please, we need this. We need a Punisher, Spider-Man, and Daredevil team up. Okay, now let's get into my final thoughts. Okay, for my final thoughts about this Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man, is he worth the $50? I'm gonna be honest. Yes, just by a little bit. And I know what you might be thinking, Legends Master, why? Why is this overpriced Marvel Legends? He's still overpriced, but I still think he is worth it. Why is he worth the $50? And that's because of the amount of the accessories you get, the fun factor of this guy. He's off the roof fun to play with. If you're just looking for a figure to play with, mess around with, this is the figure. He is amazing, comes with so many accessories. It might even be more accessories than the Mayfex figure, and this guy is a great figure. I think I prefer this guy maybe just a little bit better. Don't know if I like him more than the Renew Your Vows, because I love this Spider-Man figure. He's been my favorite Spider-Man in my collection for a little while. Tied with Mayfex, that is. But, yeah, this guy is great. He's awesome. If you guys want a good Spider-Man, definitive Spider-Man for your collection, I say definitive, but everybody knows once you get one Spider-Man, you gotta get them all. But yeah, this is the one to get. This is great. For 50 bucks, it is still cheaper than the $120 I paid for this Mayfix Spider-Man. So honestly, yeah, I'd say he's worth it. That is gonna do it for today's video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube rigmarole, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.